What do you say? What does your guy say? 2 claps and a what?
Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo!
There you go.
Woo. I've already warned the upstairs tenant that there may be some loud noises and singing coming from the basement tonight. So
tonight's the night. It's lit.
Yep. And I thought about telling Johnny what I thought, but I didn't.
How'd that go?
Last week's episode happened last night, so I'm still kind of sneaking around at night, just being quiet.
When she's around, you be quiet. When she goes to bed, you be loud again.
She had a good day lifting, so I think we're in the clear for a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I like to warn my roommate there are going to be loud noises too, but then
loud noises,
sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Yeah, if you hear somebody saying, "I'm grinding the couch," that's the podcast. We're doing that for the podcast.
Oh God,
Matt. So you knew somebody who's an adult male stripper? I don't know why I said adult. I wish I didn't.
Worked at a place called Sharks, and I don't know where Sharks is. I never was there, but his last name rhymed with Shark, so we called him Sharky. I think his last name was Clark. Wow. So instead of Clark, we called him Sharky, and it was the greatest nickname of all time. And then he used to do all the KDWB like booty cruises. He was one of like the stalwarts of the.
What exactly? You're gonna have to go back. What exactly is a KDWB booty cruise?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I need to know about this.
I have no idea. I just know that they would always have these 2 or 3 times a year. They'd have these booty cruises. See if you can. And where essentially it was like a cruise up and down the Mississippi or whatever. You know, get on a boat for 3 hours and.
So booty cruise.
Go to the Facebook page. Maybe we can find pictures of them.
Dave Ryan in the morning.
So this is.
When was the last time they posted? 17. There you go.
Yep, 2017 is the last time they posted to the Facebook. Here they have a booty cruise. Now you might think to yourself, "Oh, the booty cruise is going to be." It's on a paddle boat.
Yeah.
Right. How much booty?
Is that the boat that we were on Riverboat? Is that?
God, does that look like? That does look like it, doesn't it?
I honestly, I might have performed in a Rodgers and Hammerstein review on that boat.
Oh my God. What? Okay. At any time did you see Sharky and he announced it's a booty cruise?
No, different. I think it was on a different night.
Oh, Oklahoma, cruise. When the winds come rolling down these flames.
Up your dress.
And then it's like, oh, you know what else is playing? Anybody want to help me out? I started the joke. Why don't you guys end it?
You guys know I do have the Oklahoma on vinyl, right?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Does it sound good, Russell?
It's actually really good. It's one of the ones that's not scratched.
I can verify. There is nothing worse than seeing the Oklahoma play, and the lead who was supposed to sing Oklahoma cannot hit Oklahoma like it should be in the song.
No, that's no good. Yeah, that's no good.
Happened to me at
Oklahoma when the wind comes.
You got to be able to hit that note. That's the one. It's the one thing.
Guys, I'm warning you. I don't want to ruin all my singing at the beginning because there's going to be some later.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I'm ready.
That's what we call a tease in the business. A tease. Keep you around.
Normally you're tickling my butt with a feather, but with that, you're kind of tickling my feather with your butt. Like you've upped the game. Okay. I'm excited.
It's a reverse tickle.
Reverse tickle? That's a good idea, Aaron. Let's think about that. Okay. I grab your hand and rub it on me and then I laugh about it. Oh, it's a reverse tickle.
It's a good thing I don't work for you.
In the business, we call this an RT. Okay. We're told not to call it real tickle anymore. Reverse
Guys,
tickle.
I have figured out. I have procured us a sponsor, just so you know.
Great.
Oh.
What's that?
Cold Stone of Minot will be sending each of us hats.
Yes.
So we all get Cold Stone of Minot hats. So we are officially sponsored by Cold Stone of
Are they going to listen to the Cold Stone bit?
Are they going to? Oh, probably. I don't know. Hopefully the guy's in Vegas in 2 weeks. When we're in Vegas on January 18th through the 22nd at the link.
Okay. Now I'm just going to say.
He lives close.
Geez, who's getting in on the 18th?
When I say this guy, I see this
baller.
When I see this guy in Vegas, I'm going to be looking right at his forearms. And I'm going to be like, You know what I mean? I might give him something like, "Oh, can you sand this cylinder?" And I just want to see how he does it.
I can tell you that he does not have very strong. Well, maybe like one of his forearms is strong, but both of them are not because he's the owner, and I don't think he's.
You got to check for calluses too. Yeah. I've been getting complaints about mine.
Have you?
Not enough. Not a real man. That's like when I got that massage that one time and they rubbed my right forearm. And the lady's like, "Oh my God, this is the most tight forearm I've ever felt." And I was like, I play a lot of racquetball.
You were good at racquetball.
We did. We played a lot of racquetball. We were talking about that.
Playing racquetball, late night racquetball.
Russ and I were talking about that, how we used to play racquetball till like 10:30, 11 at night, just like it was a normal
down
thing.
The Lifetime.
Yeah, we'd play until our shirts were saturated, and then it was like, we can't play anymore.
Can you imagine if I played racquetball? If I played racquetball right now once until 11, it would take me 2 weeks to recover. I'd be like lost in the wilderness. I'd be like, I don't know what to do. My bedtime's all off. I'm telling you guys, I'm on a bender right now.
Yes, let's hear about it.
Average bedtime about 3:30.
Oh my God.
I'm dying.
Oh my God.
Okay, but
why?
tomorrow
3:30?
Yeah, because I do what I want. Okay. Nobody tells me what to do on break. Okay. And it's very sad. Break is coming to an end in a couple of days. So I am in that phase now where I just am like a full blown, like I'm on a full blown, just staying up late bender.
Like it's Friday night, but it's already the Sunday night of your break.
I'm exhausted. I can't, the idea that it's Friday night makes me so tired already. I just can't stand it. I just tomorrow I'm just going to sleep until like 3, reset. No problem.
Rob, you were mentioning playing racquetball all night. I don't even know if I could get in that little door in a racquetball court now. Like, is there like a 10% chance I like injure myself or get stuck or something or not?
Russell was legitimately good at racquetball. Like, if there's one thing, I picture Russell in my head, and I say a lot of things about Russell, but I have always pictured Russell as an athlete. And racquetball was a huge part of that. Russell is a legit athlete. Now, when you got in there with Aaron is athletic,
your ass.
But he would hit you with a ball every fucking time.
Yes,
it was terrifying. Sure. You would get a ball in the back.
Yes, once a game. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Be like, I'm so sorry, and you had to believe him because he's Aaron.
Yeah.
I never hit anybody on purpose. I may have hit Zach from Colorado because anytime he hit me, I made sure to do the no sell, and he hated that. It was the one thing I ever had on him athletically. He'd be like, "Just act like it hurts," and like it did. But I could tamp it down because that was the one thing I had on him as an athlete.
You're like Kane from WWE. You just walk right through that shit. Like it means like he wallop you over the head with a chair, and you're like, "No, nothing."
Wow. Yep, that was it.
You probably also no sell that because his wife is weird, right? Number 1 on the weird list, Rob. Rob, that's where you hit the song. Boom, boom.
No, that's not. Well, that's not how we start. We don't start with a song. Sorry. We start with a gong. Okay,
have we started?
Very close.
Oh, is this an episode?
In 2020, 4 friends decided to listen to every one of the greatest 500 albums as decided by Rolling Stone magazine. This resulted in a text chain that celebrated the music, excoriated the order, and led us to making this podcast. We are far from experts. We promise to do almost no research. All opinions are our own. Unless you disagree close enough. So please sit back and enjoy Beck Did It Better. We are all the way up to album 178. Okay? 178 in your motherfucking house. And from 1965, we have the King of Soul.
Wow.
Otis Redding.
Wow.
Otis Blue.
First Otis Redding album, right? And maybe only our second or third Memphis Soul album? Jeez, I'm so stoked.
Guys, we're going back to Memphis. We're going back to Stax today. This, I can tell you, Russ got on and he announced tonight is going to be a banger. Okay, so in Russ we trust. And Russ, I'm going to start by saying, I know that you've been coming to us for advice, and I heard, and I just like that now, instead of coming to us for advice, you said, hey, Rob, I have an idea for a song. Can I write it down and you do it? And I said, of course, Russell, I'm happy to help. So let's play that song right now. Russell came up. He's going to take some of our advice. Let's listen to Rob, let's turn on the radio and just hear this great song that Russell wrote. Okay. Again, love it. Russell wrote this.
Wrote it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to K-Rob, K-R-O-B. We got a song today sent in by Russell. That would go under the R's. Oh, yeah.
When my work is through, I listen to records in my living room.
Yes. Love it.
When I am done with them, I file them on my shelf using a simple system. Yeah, but I think I need to teach my roommates how to correctly put the records away.
Oh.
I think she will appreciate this lesson of mine. Think about it. I will simply explain. It's alphabetical by the last name.
Yes, that's true.
We should follow the simple system.
Good listener.
Let me know if you have any questions. That's important to say. I think thank you is what she'll exclaim for the time I take to explain. I think she'll appreciate this lesson of mine. I will just tell her to change. I can't see anything going wrong with this exchange. when you want to hear about the
It was New Year's Eve. I was like, let's make some cocktails. Vikings are on. Let's get out the creamed violet. Do a purple cocktail, the aviation from Booze and Vinyl, the purple cocktail.
Yeah.
Put on the Prince album. She was like, not sure where the Prince album was. I went right to the P section, pulled it out, put it on.
Always, and the P section's got to be the best section.
Well,
go right to the P. Well, it feels like you should like stop, make a couple of other stops on the way.
That is not the Chuck Berry section, Aaron.
That wasn't the P I was talking about.
That's what you were going for? Pearl Jam?
Yeah, Pearl Jam.
Listen, this is Beck Did It Better. I've got 3 guys here, and
Disaster.
we want to talk about Otis Redding. I've got Matt in Minneapolis. Matt, how are you doing tonight?
Good, Rob. I want to rock you. I want you to rock me slow.
Oh, I could do that.
Thanks for having me.
I got to say, Matt, of all the kids, of all the people on this podcast, I think I could raise as a kid. I think you'd be number one. Yeah. Guys, who's your number one kid you'd want on this podcast? If one of us was your kid, who would it be?
Me.
Aaron. Yeah, Aaron. Want to be Aaron?
I'd want to raise myself.
You'd want to raise yourself. That's so sick.
I bet Matt was self-sufficient by like the age of 8.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he was emancipated.
I was emancipated. Yep. Get me away from those dang parents.
I noticed that none of you picked me. So joke's on you, because I was actually a great kid. Okay. I had lots of thoughts and I let people know all
You're
the
good
time.
at eating eggs, as we've discussed.
Oh,
Well,
so good.
the problem is, I think if I was a member of a country club, then probably I'd have you, Rob, because you're a perfect country club kid. But I'm not a member of a country club, so
You
can't.
get a discount on the tennis and golf lesson combo. We have talked about this, okay? Okay, I didn't use it just for the cigarette machine that was also downstairs. Just a straight up cigarette machine. Could have been buying cigarettes the whole time. For like $5 a pack, I send them to the future, make $1 billion.
You know where we used to get cigarettes as kids?
Where's that?
Whoa.
The bowling alley. We would steal them from the bowling alley.
Now, how did you go?
Russell, I've never seen you smoke a cigarette in all the years we've been hanging out
probably
together.
less than 5 cigarettes in my life, but we did. One of the 5 I've probably had in my life is we did, I would call it geifling, a couple packs from a bowling alley.
Oh, that's such a great word.
So, Russell, how exactly did you geifle a couple packs from the bowling alley? Like, are you like, hey, what are those shoes back there? Like, hey, oh no, I dropped my ball on your foot. Then you take them. Or
I
what?
think there was like a side room where, you know, bowlers must have gone to hang out and talk about bowling or something, and you kind of looked in there and you didn't really know what, as like a 12-year-old, you didn't really know what was going on in there. But we saw cigarettes once and we geifled a few packs.
So there was just your story explained nothing what I wanted to know. So you just went in and there were just loose packs of cigarettes around, and you just grabbed them.
They were like loose packs of cigarettes in like a side room, and these are complimentary movie guys. We took some.
So you the concept you have is that people are bowling, and they're like, hey, let's talk about bowling. The guy's like, you know what? I'd love to. It's so fucking loud out here, though. All I can hear are these pins and balls. Let's go to the side room where we can chat
Why
about
else
bowling.
is there a side room in a bowling alley? What else are they doing in there?
I don't know. Like, I think you're right.
You have a pizza party in there after you go bowling.
It could very well be like private party room in the bowling alley. Aaron, you're right. Apple Place Bowl, Apple Valley. I don't know that it still exists, but if it did, Matt's buddy out there, I'd recommend it. They got cigarettes laying around.
It's always a good one. Russell, in Minneapolis, how are you doing tonight?
Rob, I know a lot about my Booze and Vinyl book, and I know about the espresso martinis I shook, but I don't know much about algebra. Could you come over here and look? Is this what a slide rule is for?
Oh,
wow. I like the idea that they're using a slide rule to like get to the moon, you know, and they're like, we use this computing power. Russell's also measuring his wang with one.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
It doesn't slide as far as you think it would.
No. I'm using the inside of these calipers. And I've got Aaron.
Do you go, when you use the slide rule, do you go from the base to the end, or where like, I don't even know where to start with that slide rule.
You know, I don't think I've ever measured my penis. Can I be real with you guys?
It'd be so demoralizing.
Why would you? No, I'm not going to measure.
I've never done it. I've been. I mean, guys, have I been naked around rulers before? Of course. Okay. All right.
He's a teacher. I mean, of course.
Yeah. Aaron, I am not getting naked at work. Okay, that's like the number one place I do not get naked.
What's the number 2 place?
Yeah.
Number 2 place I haven't been naked. Honestly, probably a bowling alley. I think if you found yourself naked at a bowling alley, you're in a bad place.
You got some questions to answer.
There's like, if I saw somebody naked at a bowling alley, I'd be like, that guy's fucked up. He's done something fucked up, or he's fucked up. Something's wrong. This is not normal. Like if you saw a naked guy at the mall, you'd be like, well, I could see that. Like there's clothing, you run out, you get scared, there's a spider, whatever.
But the bowling alley, like you're like, I'm never putting any money on that air hockey table again, right?
Well,
It feels good when I sit on it.
What?
The air blows up.
I had a buddy once that was walking around naked at it was like Father-Daughter Day at St. Olaf, and he was riding around in a scooter naked.
That's
that was
not good.
Story for another day.
yeah, seems like a good one.
Some people would say that's actually funny. I got to say, being on a scooter naked too, no thanks. They're chain driven, hard pass.
Oh.
Hey, if Rob, why don't you introduce Aaron? I've got a story about the person who might have been riding around naked when Rob introduces Aaron here.
I've got Aaron out in California now. Aaron was recently a personal trainer, but it turns out the weights were too heavy for him, so he had to give his 2-week notice.
Did my best. I did my best.
Pretty good.
I couldn't live. I got a story about that maybe from my rolling going, but I'm just so stoked to talk about this album. I love this album. I love Otis Redding. You guys know that. But I do think, Rob, maybe you're tired and your love is growing cold, but my love's growing stronger as this affair grows old. So let's talk about Otis Blue. Let's talk about Otis Redding.
Aaron, should we have an affair?
I mean, we could start.
Is that how affairs start? I don't think you announce it like that. I think they have to.
I could do some hand holding maybe, but I'm not sure about anything.
Listen, if it's anything like movies I've been watching online, we might have massage each other, Aaron. I think that's how it starts.
Okay. I'll give it a shot. We can cook some vegan food.
First, it starts with an ad that I have to wait 5 seconds before I skip. Okay, and if you laughed at that, that's for my porn heads out there. Listen, let's get into the voicemail.
Freaks on the phone.
Why not? Now, today's voicemail is not a voicemail.
No?
Rather, this is a very normal way to send somebody information. This is a link to a Google Drive audio file about...
What?
This is Magic Mike calling about his experience seeing U2 in the...
I like it.
The Sphere? Did he go to the Sphere?
In the Sphere. So
I think he saw him twice.
I have cut this down. This is section... We'll just call this section 1. Okay, and if people don't want to hear this, call and leave voicemails. Feel free.
Rob, don't insult him this close to the Vegas trip.
Oh, yeah.
Already worried me.
We definitely have to check the front desk for packages this time.
Hey, do we have any packages here? Yeah, can you just run that through a quick scanner? Please. All right, let's listen.
Yeah, promised a call in for the U2 shows. Just got back last night.
Hold on, pause.
Second of two.
Is he like using Audacity? Like that was the clearest audio we've ever. He's using a professional recording.
No, he
device
definitely
now.
did. Yeah, he heard the call. He wants to have good sound quality on our podcast.
100%. Hats off to Magic Mike for using
a
real thing to send us a audio file over Drive. Again, very normal way to reach out to strangers. Here we go.
With my U2 shows. Possibly getting to go to a third one in January. Not sure if it's going to be the same week. You guys are in January, though.
Creepy.
Hopefully it
the
is.
first show, I was the crazy fan that stayed out all night and was able to secure a spot on the rail with the edge or on Edge's side. And it was basically like right in front of the edge the whole time. He played several guitar solos right in front of me. It felt like I was like in a small club seeing U2.
Hold on, quick. Magic Mike's got to know we call him David around here, right? He's not the edge. It's David.
I couldn't remember. I was thinking, was it Brian? I can't remember. David.
We love you, David.
Nap, you always ripped on the edge. I always loved him when he was in the Brood with Gangrel. Then he tag teamed with Christian.
Yeah.
And him as a solos wrestler, great champion.
Yep.
He bulked up. Like he carried a lot more weight than he was meant to. He really worked hard to move up to the heavyweight division.
Now, was the Edge a guy, a buff blonde guy with long hair?
Yes.
There's like 100 of those guys. I get them all confused.
He had kind of a vampire backstory, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Actually, there's 2 guys I know for a fact have a vampire backstory. Like, that's crazy that's not narrowing it down. Who is a vampire?
Well, Edge and Christian.
Yeah. He was with Gangrel, the Brood.
I don't know.
Everybody
I don't know
knows
what you're
that,
talking
right?
about.
Come on.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's insane to me. All right, let's get back with the voicemail. So he got the first concert up front.
Good for him, by the way.
That sounds rad.
It felt like just the people on the floor were the only people around me. You kind of forgot about all the people in the seats. And
the common folk,
the sound
if
in
you
the
will.
sphere, no matter where either place I sat, was fucking amazing. Like, I've never heard a concert sound this good. It was just, I mean, you could hear the resonance on the guitar. You could hear just every...
Russell, can you explain real quick resonance on guitar?
Actually, this is not the. I will be saying the word resonance at least twice later in the podcast.
Oh my God.
I have it in my notes.
All
Oh
right.
my God. Is this
Everybody get
about
ready
you
for
being...
that.
Rob, I'm also going to be using the term mouth cavity. Just a warning.
I think I know where this is going. I like it.
You know it, don't
Russell.
you, Aaron?
I think I got it. I like it.
Is this when you were an RA and you thought you were a residence assistant? And you're like, oh, what you're doing some throat singing?
Dude, Rob knows what I'm doing.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. I
Here
know
we
what's
go.
happening.
single note, and it wasn't just a wash of sound. It was like you were listening to headphones. It was just so good. The drawback of standing is that you don't get to see all the visuals very well. It's like you're front row in a movie theater, right? So it's like really you're like having to crane your neck to see anything. There was a lot of stuff that was happening way up high that I didn't really see necessarily without like really having to crane my neck. But you have the benefit of the fact that like, yeah, the band is performing right in front of you. You're feeling that energy. There's just nothing like...
So are you guys sitting up front to see the band, or you want to see the whole visual thing?
I
And have
think
U2
if
be
I was
little.
going to go to a U2 concert I would go to see the visual effects, because I've seen them. I've followed a lot on trying to figure out and seeing like these desert scenes and these smoke going in the mountains, and you can go in there and you can see like giraffes are coming to this is not at the concerts and stuff, but like this place looks phenomenal. And so, but if you're a big U2 fan, hello, I'm a big U2 fan. I think you would go up front if you can. Like I applaud Magic Mike 69 for being that guy who's waiting outside and then gets on the rail, especially in front of David.
Well, I tell you, so if you don't know, the Sphere is like a big 360-degree thing where they can put up a screen, they can have it change.
Wait, what shape is what shape is it?
Unknown. We don't know. We're not sure. Okay, it's not.
It's in Las Vegas.
And so basically, they did this thing, and the Sphere is playing images all around them, right? Mm-hmm. So, what do you think, Russell? You getting by the band, or you want to see the video show?
I think I want to see the video show. I think that's what sets it off and makes it different. I think I want to see the whole show. I want to be back. I want to be able to take in everything.
Well, let's go into where Mike goes here.
Being right in front of a band, and that kind of goes with any concert. Those big stadium tours, it's just like you're so disconnected from the band when you're further back. My experience from the back, so the back seats I had were level 406, front row of level 406. So it was like center.
Front row. Good
and I was
man.
basically in the center of that row. So it was like almost like I was center of the front row of the top. But
This guy knows what he's
those were
doing.
awesome seats. They were awesome seats for the screen. That was like just an amazing experience for the visuals, which were just the biggest IMAX you've been in times 100, right? I mean, everything is just so big, in your face, amazing. And so if you guys get a chance, definitely try to go when you're there in January.
Okay, listen, I'm just going to stop you right there, Mike. No, we won't be going in January. Okay.
Wait, are we sure?
100%.
We're going to dinner.
We are not going.
We're going to it. We're
Matt
going to a
already
dinner.
sideswiped it.
We're going to a dinner.
Actual dinner?
I'm gonna make a reservation. I'm gonna go to a dinner.
Aaron,
can join
you and
me or
I will
not.
have dinner. We'll have pizza next to each other at the sports book. That's what more do you want? What a healthy
That
dinner.
Sounds nice. That does sound
It
nice.
does sound nice. It does sound nice. So
It doesn't. But I'm going for the visuals too, because like I've seen a band up close. I've seen the Teenage Prayers at the 400 bar. I was right by the stage, so I've seen what a band looks like. I want to see the visuals, man.
now I have to say, he said that later that those tickets are about $150, and now he thinks they're more like $300. So they're going up in price a little bit. But I thought $150 front row of a balcony to see U2 in the Sphere. I was like, that's way cheaper than what I thought they were going to be charging.
Yep.
That's not bad
For
at all.
sure. And I will say this, Russell, I did see on TikTok, somebody got the Russell, what I call the Russell seats, where they went to the Sphere and they were below the balcony. And they didn't realize those seats existed. So when you look up, you just see the ceiling, like the balcony.
Sad.
You don't see the Sphere.
I saw that too. Yeah.
It would be absolutely brutal.
That's a crusher.
And we would tell Russell, like, Russell, make sure you're not under the balcony. And Russell would be like, these guys fucking telling me what to do.
I'd be like, hey, if it rains, we're covered.
It looks like we're there. All we've got is the Darren Aronofsky's postcard from Earth. So kind of like that. The giraffes and the elephants and all the stuff that I was talking about.
That sounds cool. I would check that out.
Absolutely not. Hard pass. Sounds like it has a little bit of culture to it. Aronofsky, don't need it. Okay, I will be frying my brain over 4 days. So sorry. Aaron, we're only going. How's it going with you?
Oh, it's going great. We went swimming today. That was nice. It was good to get out of the house. I got two things. One is I bought iodized salt, and I wasn't sure how I would feel about this, but it's not that bad. It's not bad.
Bro, have you not been doing any iodized salt?
No, I don't do iodized salt. And
go gadget goiter. You got to look out, Aaron. You're just the kind of guy that would get a goiter.
I decided I should do some iodized salt. So but like when we go to Airbnb or whatever, like you use the Morton's, I don't like the taste of it, but I took a chance on some iodized salt. It's not bad. And, I feel like it's going to help my health. So that's good.
There is absolutely no difference between the Morton salt and other iodized salt.
You can taste it.
That cannot be true.
I'm telling you can taste it. In a blind taste test, I could taste it.
Absolutely. Okay, you know what we are doing in Vegas?
So tiny.
I'm getting different kinds of salts in Vegas. I've changed my mind. Yeah, this is a salt off. Okay. Matt, what's your favorite kind of salt?
I have no idea. I feel like you and Russell, when and Rosie and I are talking about something, and I'm like, this is just completely. What in the hell are you talking about? Iodized salt versus not?
You don't have any like truffle salt? You don't have any pink Himalayan salt?
No.
Oh, bro, I was making fun of Aaron, but I feel like making fun of you too now.
I usually just do the diamond kosher salt, and then I recently got some Maldon flaky sea salt for finishing. Yep. I got my son to eat some peanut butter toast today because I put some Maldon salt on it because he won't even eat peanut butter toast. That's a whole different story for another time, along with Matt's stripper friend. We heard that already, I guess.
How about this? Should we do a kid exchange, Aaron? You send your kid to me for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it. We need a lot of video of it though.
Oh yeah, he's gonna find out. Well, he'll be like, "What's for dinner?" I'm like, "I don't know. I thought you were planning it. Like, I'm busy."
I think Rob would last less than 12 minutes with Aaron's son. I just have a feeling Aaron's son would bring an energy that Rob just is not ready for.
I think they would hit it off.
He would come back and be an iPad expert. Like,
yeah, well, that's all right.
Dad, I got more iPad time than any other kid my age already. Okay, it's all Uncle Rob.
You should check out this vegan cooking show Rob showed me.
Oh, you gotta watch all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Make sure you watch all the way to the end. But the thing I'm actually really excited. So the iodized salt, I think, is not bad, and I think it's maybe going to improve some of our health outcomes in my household. What I'm really excited about, though, and it was
Jesus
fun.
Christ.
It was fun. I finally today, I know at least one of our listeners had hipped us to this on the thread that we're on, the text thread. But this T-Pain live show, this fucking rules. Like, it's so much fun.
Pull it up.
And it actually,
you got to pull it up.
It's so fun.
What are you talking about?
T-Pain singing. What did I send you the other day? T-Pain singing what?
You sent Tennessee Whiskey the other day,
T-Pain
which is great.
Singing Tennessee Whiskey. Pull that up.
But he also covers like Daughtry. He covers
Ozzy Osbourne.
Luther Vandross, Ozzy Osbourne. It's so fun. Yeah, Journey. It's so fun. And it's available everywhere now. Yeah. And he sounds great. Like, I'd been seeing this stuff on social media. Like, where's he been hiding this voice? Like, why? And it's so, it feels like
T-Pain's he's like an auto-tune guy, isn't he?
He's right. He'd been doing auto-tune for years. And it turns out he can absolutely rip it.
I'm going to come when I pass out.
That's auto-tune. Hello?
What?
I would say,
I get it.
Can I just say this? Yeah. If we go into Russell's hotel room and he's Jessica Rabbit is paused on the screen and Russell has his belt around his neck and stone cold dead.
Dude, I'll take the credit for that. You can tell everyone about that.
That's an auto tune. You know what I mean?
Right? Listen to this.
Oh, this is fire.
You know.
Might have to let this play for a while.
He's so good.
Wait till it kicks in too. Just holy cow.
But you rescued me from reaching for.
What a great intro to this album too.
Yeah.
And brought me back.
This is amazing.
Is it any surprise that T-Pain is a talented artist? That's
I
not
know.
surprising to me at all.
It's like when you what it reminded me of is those videos where Brian Scalabrine just destroys dudes.
Yeah. I love those videos, Aaron.
You're as sweet as strawberry wine.
Right?
You're as
It's so good.
This is so good.
All I had heard is the War Pigs, because that's my jam.
Right, he did War Pigs too.
It only has 404,000 more views than Hot Sauce on Feet.
Wow.
And so it was so fun because he also covered Change Is Gonna Come. And so it was this like the album is of the lineage of Sam Cooke, Otis Redding. It reminded like the vibe of the album is so similar to Sam Cooke at the Copa, except it's like if Sam Cooke got to be whoever he wanted at the Copa. And so it was so much fun to listen to today. So that really made my day. I was doing that, alternated with Otis Redding, and it was super fun because like I just love to hear Otis. And I'm usually against deluxe editions, as you guys know.
Yep.
But I had the deluxe edition of this thing on, so it's like 40 tracks, and all day, like wherever I was in the house, like once in a while I could hear Otis yell, and then I put T-Pain on. I heard T-Pain doing his thing. It was a good day. So
Aaron,
yeah, Matt,
how
shout
do
out to you for hipping people to the T-Pain album. What's up, Rob?
How do I get your job? I mean, I need your job so bad. Like, did you work today?
Yeah.
Damn.
I had to talk about who gets an excellent rating and who gets a successful rating.
Are you Rose?
At a 2-hour calibration session.
Are you required
does
to give
that
somebody a not satisfactory rating? Like, do you have to judge everybody, and then some people does not meet expectations or something like that?
Making Aaron talk about work at night is so funny to me. This is my favorite bit.
I don't have to give anybody a non-satisfaction.
How many people you got underneath you? 13,
Aaron's
14?
Aaron's going to take 12 minutes off tomorrow on Monday morning because he had to do this right now. He's going to be like,
That's right. This is it. I'm on the clock.
How many people did not meet expectations or whatever your guys' rating system is?
0. Nobody's going to get a does not meet expectations.
Okay.
Hey, if you guys were my managers and were going to put me on a performance plan for this podcast, what would you say to me? What do I need to?
I would say, how's it rolling going with you, Russell? It's time to perform. You're on the spot.
Fuck you, boss. You're not going to fire me.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're going to go to your boss and report me, Aaron? Is that what you're going to do? Hey, give me some. Why don't you play John Henry's Hammer a few more times? That was great,
man. That whole joke just went right. I mean, nobody even I tried that and it just nobody got it.
You're gonna fire me like you fired Dorothy in the pumpkin outfit a few years ago on Halloween.
The lady it wasn't me who fired the lady in the pumpkin. It's a nice callback though, but it wasn't me who fired that lady.
You're gonna make me go to Portland and stay in the lowest rate hotel in the city. Is that what you're gonna do, Aaron?
I did do that.
We're gonna do trust fall, but just avoid these needles that are in the grass. Okay, look out for that.
All my work, all my greatest hits. You're pulling them up.
So what you're saying is I'm getting a raise.
You're gonna raise and a promotion. And now we want to know how it's rolling going with you.
Rolling going, things are going good. A couple things to cover. I told you guys the other day I was out on records. I lied. I lied.
Back. Just when I thought I was out.
So today,
pull me back in, Johnny.
It's time to talk about Russell record player. Oh yeah.
That sting does not need to be 18 seconds long. There's no reason for that.
I think that's the right length.
So quiet and loud too. It makes no sense.
That's what she said, Aaron.
Russell, just like the Guinness Book.
I've never measured it, but
just like the Guinness Book, you're full of records. Okay. Now, hop off that little motorcycle and show us what you got.
Maybe it's time to clip your fingernails.
So tonight I was, we did like a little family holiday thing. I was at my mom's and I was driving back to Minneapolis, going up Cedar, and then I was getting on 62, Matt. So I'm going by the Mall of America, going crosstown, getting back on 35, coming downtown. Okay. And I realized I'm almost out of gas. I'm almost out of gas. But I have told you guys I hate downtown gas stations. The downtown gas stations here are the worst. Like some bad shit's gonna happen. There's just too much weird stuff going on in the downtown gas stations. I'm out.
Did you get off at
I won't
Portland
go to
and
them
head over
anymore.
to the SA across from No Name
Matt,
Records?
I got off on Portland. I went over to the SA right there.
This is so gross.
I filled my
It really
tank
is.
up, and I've already told the upstairs tenant I'm going to be back in like a half hour. So I fill the tank up. I'm ready to go. I look across the street. No Name Records is right there, and I'm
What
like,
can you do?
How do I not go over there? I know I hate records, and it's just a waste of money. But why would I not go?
Siren song.
Yep.
I Google. They're open till 8 p.m. I've got another hour. There's an open parking spot in there. Perfect spot to go. I got to go in, right?
Like it was calling for you.
It's a sign.
So I went in there, and it's weird. You guys may know this better than I do. I'm coming to the realization record stores have very different levels of records, like in the store. Like some of them have stuff. 99% of the stuff is stuff you've never heard of. I can't imagine why anyone would ever buy it. This is coming from us nerds who are listening to all these albums. But some of them have a ton of like well-known records that are used. No Name Records is kind of on the sketchier quality, I would say, but it's a great store. So here's the 4 I came up with eventually. At one point, I got worried I was going to have to walk out with nothing. I was like, I have to get something. Aaron's told me I have to buy something. I have to do a pity buy or something, right?
I mean, I usually buy if I go in, yeah.
So here's what I ended up coming out with. First one I picked, Leonard Skinner, Second Helping. It's got Sweet Home Alabama as the opening track.
I mean, that seems cool. What else is on there?
I don't know, Aaron. It's not all the hits. There's, according to everything I could Google in there, in the quick time I tried, it is the second best Leonard Skinner album. There's another one that's got all of the other hits.
All right.
But I figured if it's the second best one, I can buy that one, right?
I think so.
Russell, you got Leonard Skinner. By the way, Leonard Skinner, do you know what they named their band after?
Their principal.
Yeah, I think it's the principal who said that they'd never do anything with their lives.
Great.
Yep.
That's great.
That would be so baller to be that principal, to be named Leonard Skinner, and somebody you taught becomes so famous that they make fun of you. Oh, my dream come true.
It'd be like if someone was named Beck Did It Better, we had to pay him all these royalties on all the money we're making.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, seriously, are we going to ever make like penny one?
Yeah, bro, I got these Cold Stone cards coming. Okay, didn't you hear about that?
What's the resale value of those hats?
Well, yeah, there's not even cards, it's just hats.
It's just
I assume millions of dollars.
Second album I picked up was Cat Stevens, now Yusuf Islam. It's Teaser and Firecat, which featured Wind and Peace Train.
Oh wow!
I don't actually know those songs.
Do the Wind,
Yeah,
do
you
Wind,
do.
Rob. This is so
You know
good.
both
This is
of
one of
these.
my favorite songs ever.
It's a good one.
The good one. Aaron, do you have a Cat Stevens gaff?
I think I do, yeah.
Oh.
I think I have a cat. I think I've got a Cat Stevens hole in my
Wow.
brain.
That's
The YouTube video for this is definitely some kid playing with a stray squirrel.
don't like
Yeah,
that.
Squirrels on
Makes
the
me
kid.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's
It's
weird.
so gross.
That
Yeah.
is weird.
Ugh, that's how you get
like-
monkeypox. Ironically,
Oh,
Just something to think about.
I saw Wind and Peace Train as the opening and closing track. I was like, everything in the middle's got to be good then too, so I got to get that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next one, I don't know if we've ever talked about this artist. I think he's the artist who does the what's the long song from Piano Bars about the boat that goes down in
Edmund Fitzgerald.
is that Gordon Lightfoot?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have this one on here, but instead it has a different song I love.
Wait, how is there anybody from Minnesota who doesn't know that's Gordon Lightfoot? I thought that was like
No, I
stamped
know
on
it.
your birth
Dude,
certificate or whatever.
Aaron, I forget your name half the time. I've known you for 30 years.
Oh God, that's so long.
The album is Gordon Lightfoot. It's Sundown. Check out the title track for this one. It's such a good song. I don't know if you guys know this one.
All right, this song's good.
Yes.
I've seen this album in multiple record stores, and every time I'm kind of like hemming and hawing, and finally it's just like, you know what? I need that album. So I got it.
Oh, I like it.
There is not a dad record collection anywhere that does not have Gordon Lightfoot in it.
Russell, one of my
Backstairs.
one of my my little tips from last week, or my facts, and I left it off, was about Gordon Lightfoot and this song. This is very weird that you're bringing this up.
Wow.
So this song was written about a chick, somebody named Kathy Smith. Kathy Smith went to jail for supplying the drugs that killed John Belushi.
Oh no.
John Belushi.
Wow.
So
Jim Belushi's dead? Don't say that. Don't even joke about that.
it's John Belushi, right? He's the one in Animal House. He's the more famous one.
Yeah,
Am I
he's
saying that right?
Wow.
he's the talented one.
Yeah. So this
Have you
is
guys ever
written
seen
about
Red
Captain
Heat
Smith.
with Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Belushi? Jim Belushi? Very good.
I was actually out with some friends. This was like 3 years ago. And we were listening to some music, having some drinks, and someone started doing like, well, what's your favorite song? And this was when I was in the zone of Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye. That was my jam. I listened to it over and over. That's what I proposed. And one of the people that was in the group with us proposed Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot. I listened to it. I was like,
That's a great call.
that is a great song. So I picked that up tonight too.
I'm adding that one to my Matt's soft jams.
Yes.
That's a good soft jam.
And then I got one
I had one of those the other night, man, on New Year's Eve.
Did you?
Too much champagne. Okay.
Why was it Matt's fault?
She called it Mad Soft Jams, and I was like, well, don't say that. That doesn't help. She did do a little dirty talk with me, though, Aaron. You know what she said first? I want to go to sleep. I was like, yeah, damn, I know what that means. You want to, but you can't resist. You can't resist this. Okay.
She's addicted.
She's addicted to what the dick did. Okay.
I mean,
She can't get. She's putting Narcan in.
oh God.
Last one I picked up, Aaron. I think
That dick
you'll
was so good.
appreciate.
What?
What was that, Rob?
That's my wife doing Narcan after I dicked her down so well.
You asked.
When you have to explain the joke, it's
No, I love explaining jokes. You guys, hey, just to let you know, anytime you want me to explain one of my jokes, let me know. Happy to do
Rob,
it.
I did have a comment from a person I just know. They happen to pay part of the rent in this house.
Things are
And
going
they did ask me. They said, what would happen if Rob's wife ever listened to the podcast?
I mean, what if the sky was upside down? Like it would never happen. You know what I mean? Like, what if my grandma was a bike? Like it's never going to happen, so it doesn't matter.
What if your uncle is a monkey?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you don't think I say these same things to her all the time?
Oh,
I don't. We don't see each other at time. Yeah, I'm doing this podcast a lot.
the last album I picked up, this was another one where I had to Google it and see if this was like what was the best album by this artist. At least one list that I looked at had this was the number one. Aaron, you might know, you might have this one. It's Whitney Houston by Whitney Houston.
Yes. That's her first album. Whitney
First
Houston,
album,
with
yes.
the orange cover, was Saving All the
Orange
Love.
cover, yes.
Yep,
Yes. So
yep.
I don't know what the hit song is or
Saving
the
All My
best one
Love.
is in,
Yeah.
but
I think it's probably Saving All My Love, but it's also got a Teddy Pendergrass duet on there. Gosh, what else is on there?
That is number 249 on the list, Russell. We'll be getting into it.
No, it's not Whitney. It's the orange one where she looks like Cleopatra kind of.
that's the one right there.
Yeah. You Give Good Love, right? Also, The Greatest Love of All, I think, is on there.
Greatest Love of All. Was that on the NBA video, Russell? Am I thinking of that?
I don't know. I was watching a few of the NBA ones the other day, though.
There cannot be somebody dunking to the greatest love of all.
I think it's on
You
there.
might,
Unless it's
like maybe a Clyde Drexler or something.
Yeah.
Julius Erving. Julius Erving was the greatest love of all.
The Doctor.
I've watched this NBA. I watched this so much that it triggered me. Like when you said the greatest, and I'm like, oh, I think that's on the NBA
Dr.
Superstars
J.
video.
it really is sick that you know that, I think.
It's wonderful.
It's such a strange. It's
Dude,
only
Rob, what is your Wi-Fi speed? Watching this
Yeah.
YouTube think, I was
We
like,
need to
man.
compare Wi-Fi speeds again.
Yeah, we need
Check
to.
on. Yeah.
I got some stuff taking up heavy bandwidth. I got some 3D 4K stuff that I'm
We
downloading.
better check those downloads now.
So those were the four I picked up. I stopped at 4 because I realized I had told the upstairs roommate I was going to be home in like 20 minutes. And then I made a stop for like 30 to 40 minutes that was unexpected. So that was what I did.
So did you bring anything home for her? Or was it Whitney Houston was for her?
What?
Yeah, Whitney Houston's for her. Yeah, I got her Whitney Houston. Yeah,
Yeah, it says Russ real big on the.
If you guys
Cover.
remember, the last two records I got her were both scratched and like unlistenable. So I don't think that's the route
fair.
I'm going to go
Yeah,
anymore.
Fair.
There's one other thing I needed to chat with you guys about. We said we were not, I told you guys I was not going to bring this up again until someone brought it up. The other day we were out watching some football games with some friends. Someone brought it up. It's back. It's the Elite Eight of the
Nice.
DVD
I've been
tournament.
waiting for
It's
this.
back. The
I've
DVD
been waiting
tournament's
for this.
back.
Everybody has been waiting for this for sure.
The Elite Eight. And Rob, I don't know, are we going to let you guys vote? We're still doing the same voting pattern?
Yeah.
Do you still know how to work the Instagram?
Of course. I'm an Instagram superstar.
If you guys remember, the first matchup on our Elite Eight is the comedy section. It's Dumb and Dumber versus Uncle Buck and the Great Outdoors Combo Pack.
Oh, the combo pack is hard.
Easy for me.
It's a great combo pack, but Dumb and Dumber is the greatest. Dumb and Dumber is the greatest comedy of all time. So
I told you, it's going to be Dumb and Dumber versus Godfather.
I know, it's so great.
The worst.
That's the best.
I think this is the Loyola Marymount division, or one of these schools that no one's ever heard of. It's the action movies. It's Fight Club versus Kill Bill. Which one advances to the Final Four?
Fight Club.
Kill Bill. Oh, Rob.
I got to go Kill Bill.
Whoa, Rob hates agreeing with me, but he's got to do it.
I got to go Kill Bill. Too many guys were like, Fight Club, it's his dual personality. And I was like, well, then who is he talking to underground when he's fighting? Because they talk to each other for long periods of time where all the guys around him like, who's he talking to? He's talking to nobody.
So there's a chance the voters out there, if they really whip the votes, could come back and take that one over, but it's going to be tough.
All right.
The next one is the sports movies. I think this is one of the toughest ones ever. I love both of them. It's Major League versus Slapshot.
Easy. Major League. Landslide.
I'm going Slapshot. If they didn't have the corny ending where Jake went and had his catcher's gear on and went and made out with the chick, I would a little different. But Slapshot,
but not the corny ending in Slapshot though.
The end of Slapshot's great.
Player,
gets out and starts twirling around. I have said for the longest time, Slapshot is the best sports movie of all time because it's so underrated. Nobody remembers it as a sports movie or anything. They never add it to the list. I have to go Slapshot.
That is crazy to me. Man,
trade me fucking
that
now.
scene you were talking about, he goes into this woman's place. He pulls down her outfit with his cleats, with his baseball cleats.
His dress, with his cleats.
It's hot as hell.
And
you know what?
He took the bullpen car over to her house.
Yeah, I mean...
And we've all been there. That's our equivalent of going down to St. Louis or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's us in the bullpen car. Like if there's a girl like that said, "Hey, I'll have sex with you tonight," all you have is this bullpen card. I wouldn't even think twice. I'd kill anybody who's in my way to get that bullpen car.
You take that down the Cuyahoga River?
Oh, 100%. Okay, and then I get there and she'd be like, "I want to go to sleep." Little do you know that's my erotic phrase. That's my turn on. It's Major League. Aaron, who do you like more, Matt or I? Pick one.
Yeah, it's hard for me. I don't like voting against Paul Newman, one of the all-time greats, but I think I will vote Major League.
Yes,
it's the one I've seen the most. I don't know.
I would put Bull Durham as a better baseball movie than Major League.
Well, now you're going to get me in extra trouble because I still haven't seen Bull Durham.
Oh, sorry.
I need to rewatch Slapshot though. Maybe I would change my mind if I rewatch Slapshot.
The last matchup to get closer to our Final Four. This is pretty tough too. I know you guys have talked about The Godfather moving on, but if anyone could give it a run, it's Goodfellas. Goodfellas versus The Godfather.
I'm going Godfather. Yeah,
I gotta go Goodfellas. I think it's
2-1.
I think it's objectively a more fun movie. Goodfellas.
It's more fun for sure, but
you know what's sick? You know what
the
movie?
Colors, the characters.
You know what movie I always like more than either one of those? Casino. I love Casino. I think Casino is so fun.
It's good. It's good.
When
you know what's annoying is when I put the 2-1 in the spreadsheet, for some reason it's defaulting to like a calendar reporting, so it says February 1 when I put 2 versus 1.
Secret
That's
code.
fucking annoying.
Got to put it in as text. Yeah, change that whole column to text. You'll be all right.
All right, I'm going to change that column to
Not
text.
a date.
We'll get back. Rob will get those up on the site. You guys will probably hear this in about 4 weeks after the vote's been taken, but either way, let's get that column to text. Matt, Roland, how's it going with you?
Good. Rob, you like when Pesci takes that pen and stabbing that guy in the neck? That's one of your favorite scenes?
All of it. I love every moment of it. Like just the idea. Like, but you know what I would also watch a movie of? Just guys running a casino. No story, no nothing. I would like to hear like what they do to make it better. I would like to hear their financial reports. Like a bar rescue, but for a casino. How good of a show would that be?
That'd be pretty good.
How much would you watch that? If there was a guy, picture Russell. He goes up to northern Minnesota. He's fixing casinos up there. They're looking at security film. They're figuring out who's like doing what. God, I'd watch
who's taking them? Yeah, who's the card counters? Who's taking them?
It could never happen, right? Like it would never. They're never going to be that open.
Yeah.
Also, you would be sad because most of the guys, Russell, will be like, "Is this guy card counting?" And they're like, "No, he's sleeping there. He's been sleeping there the last 3 days." So it'd just be this. You'd be like, "Oh, I don't like watching this. I like having fun."
You know what I didn't like about the casino? I watched it on the airplane the other day.
What's that?
If I'm going to be killed by, I don't want to say the mob, or if I were to be killed and buried out in the, can you at least just let me keep my clothes on? Do you really need to strip me down to my underwear and then throw me in? Just let me wear my sweatshirt. You know, I don't like that they stripped him down and then had to beat the shit out of him.
You're sleeping with just a sweatshirt? Like you want to be buried? That would be a torture to me. If I had a Donald Duckett in my coffin and it was just me and a shirt, ugh, gross. The worst way to be. It's like if somebody buried me in my socks. I swear to God, guys, if you try to bury me in socks, I will come and find you. Okay? 2028, I'm going to come find
those
you
little
guys.
booties.
Oh, no, I want my feet out. Okay, toenails keep growing after death. I want it out.
Wait, is that true?
That's true.
No, your feet just shrink.
Oh God.
Your ears keep growing too, I heard.
Matt, roll it going.
Good. Rob, I need you to pull up She Don't Use Jelly by the Flaming Lips.
I know this one.
What a great song.
As the song of the week.
Don't use jelly. Don't use jam.
Yep.
You know where this is famous from?
What?
Do you know, Aaron?
No.
The TV show Friday Night Lights.
Oh, is it?
It is?
Yes. They're playing this
that.
when Landry and his friend, I forgot Landry's friend's name. This is going out to Neil in Lakeville, who refuses to watch Friday Night Lights because he doesn't like it. One of the greatest shows ever. There's a scene where Landry and his friends are playing this at the bar. His friends, they're playing it as like a band. An all-time song, Matt. It's on my Spotify list.
Great song.
Tell you what, there is no band you want to criticize less than the Flaming Lips. If you ever say anything bad about them, people come out of the woodwork and will like be very mad at you. So
People love the Flaming Lips.
yeah, they love them. God, they love them. Like that's the one comment I've ever gotten from somebody about the podcast is after we reviewed the Pixies, and we didn't say that they were the greatest band of all time, and this guy's like, "You're the dumbest piece of shit ever," and I was like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you."
All right. I've officially moved into fancy country. And Rob, for Rob, this is probably just old hat, country club guy, but I got my very first ever tailored sport coat. I've never had a tailored fitted sport coat before.
Wow.
And
Do you look great?
And it looks great, and it's like the greatest thing ever, and it wasn't all that expensive, and I can't believe that it's taken me this long to get it. So are you guys tailored shirts, tailored suits kind of people, or have you done this before?
I went and got measured at Indochino for a suit because they had I was at a powerlifting meet and I saw in the window they had a pink like crushed velvet suit coat with big black lapels. And I was like, well, I need that. And then I put Cool Rob on the inside as like a custom embroidery with jellyfish everywhere, so I can just flash that to the kids whenever they think I'm not cool. And I can inform them that actually I am cool. It says it right here on my custom-made jacket.
Red new jacket.
And Indochino has all my measurements. Now, they won't give them to me. Okay, I beg them. I said, please, there's just one measurement I really care about, okay? I need an expert to do it. They won't send me the measurements. But they have them, and I can order a suit anytime I want with those measurements.
Rob, I'll bring the slide rule to Vegas. We'll figure it out.
We'll get your inseam.
I'll bring a mirror.
Russell, are you a tailored guy or just off the rack kind of a guy?
I've been measured for suits before, and I actually recently got a sport. Like I don't wear blazers a lot, like just random like blazer coat over like with jeans or khakis.
Yeah.
That's not really my vibe. But I've started to when you go to like industry events, those types of things get less formal than they used to be, say 3-4 years ago. You can get away with wearing, a sport coat and khakis where people used to be tied up, all the full suit on.
Yeah.
So I went and got a sport coat, Matt, and got measured for it. They tailored it all up so it fits perfect and everything, and it's fantastic. You feel so much more confident with something that fits you right.
Right. I'm with you. So I've gotten a few shirts now. Rosie, where are you at in the?
Can I just tell you my biggest fear with a tailored coat, guys, is that I'm going to lose too much weight and not be able to. I can't even say it. Go ahead, Aaron.
I own one suit, and I did have to take it to the tailor to get. I bought it for one of our listeners' weddings in October of 2021, 22. Yeah, and I had to get it tailored. So,
yeah, that's good. Well, shout out to Ben from Minneapolis. He hooked me up with his tailor, Malik, and I've gotten a few things from him now, and I'm probably hooked. I have to probably watch how much I spend whenever Malik comes into town because he comes in and flies out, and he's a fancy guy. So, yeah. Shout out to Ben.
Fly in, fly out Taylor.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
You know what?
baller.
My favorite thing about the place where I went last time, and I went to this place a few times, I think. I've been to multiple places, but this one, I had the same guy. You know what I love about a tailor? If it's a bigger guy. I don't want my tailor to be some ripped brick shithouse who looks good in every suit. I want him to be a bigger dude who knows the plight of the bigger band and thinking like, don't make me put on some is not going to fit me and embarrass my ass. You know what I look like. Go get something that's going to make me fit good and make me feel good. And the bigger guy's going to know how to do that. So I had a bigger tailor and I thought it was great.
That's good.
I like it.
That's good.
Just ask him if he's sad the cummerbund isn't around anymore. I think all fat guys would love to have cummerbuns come back in a big way. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, honey, I got to get to work. Have you seen my cummerbund? It's like a thing. Okay,
Covers up this problem.
What is it?
area.
Yeah, so it's like a. Okay, you know how a shirt like covers up your upper body? Hey, get that out of your head. That's not it. Okay, think of like a crop top.
Yes,
and then do the opposite.
And it's around your waist.
Yeah, and it's around your waist. It's a cummerbund.
And the slats go up because it's like they're crumb catchers. So you put those go face to the top because they catch the crumbs. I had to wear one for children's chorus. I know.
Oh yeah, no, I've worn many a cummerbund. It's the way to go.
I've never worn a cummerbund. Russell, have you ever worn a cummerbund?
It's been a while. I have, but it's been a long time. You know the semi cummerbund, Rob, which sometimes works out really well, and then if it doesn't, can be really bad. Is like the vest. If you do like the 3-piece for a wedding or something, and you got the vest, that fits right. That does the great job too. If it doesn't, bigger guys can have a problem with that vest.
You know what the thing is now at high school dances?
Yeah.
Guys take off everything except for the vest. They have no shirt on. They're just wearing a vest. And I can tell you, if you're jacked, it looks fucking awesome. It looks so cool. I'm like at the dance, I would see those kids in the vests and they look so fucking awesome. And then I saw them out in the parking lot smoking and they look even fucking cooler. I was like, damn, kids these days are so cool.
I bet they went to that bowling alley, huh, Rob?
Oh, yeah. Yes. That's what all the cool kids did, Russell. They went to the bowling alley, hoping that there were loose cigarettes about.
Rob, rolling going. How's it going with you?
Listen, okay, I got some stuff going on.
Robbie.
I just want to say this. My wife texted my kid today and took a screenshot of a text and sent it to all of us. I immediately go on the non-wife text chain. It's a text chain with me and my two kids.
No.
Okay. To which my one kid said the other day, we don't have a text chain without you, with it's just us and mom. And I said, yeah, you better not.
You would be crushed.
I said,
yeah, right? Can you imagine?
I will be furious. Okay. If you guys have a text chain without me, I'll be so mad. But anyways, when I was on the non-wife text chain, do you know how many text messages she had unread?
113.
I'm going to go 98.
No. Russell, what do you think?
What are we guessing again?
Oh my God.
That's
Russell. My wife has a number
system?
of unanswered text messages. How many do you think she has?
I mean, I'd say 51.
114, Russell. 114. I was like, if I got 14 text messages that were unread, that would be too much stress for me. How can she live with 114? And then later I asked her, I said, do you know how to delete text messages? And she's like, no, I don't.
Why don't you just like click on the link and then scroll to the bottom and they're all read? That's what I do with your guys, with your text chains all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I did it today.
Like, you never let Russell, what number of text messages can you get where you get stressed? Where you're like, I got to see what's going on.
That doesn't bother me. If I would just look, and if there's like the other night or one of these nights from you guys, like because we have a text chain with 15 people on it, and it gets going sometimes where if you're away from your phone for an hour, there could be 60 text messages on there. And almost, I would say 95% of them are about gambling. Where if you're not betting on
drinking.
that, who's drinking?
Yeah.
But But I think I've said this before. There's times where I'm like, I can't catch up with this. I'll just scroll to the bottom and pick it up where I can pick it up. So it doesn't stress me at all. Yeah.
That one doesn't stress me out. And I'll tell you what, I don't want to put pressure on anyone on this podcast, but I know that if there was something that needed my attention on that thread and I weren't responding, Matt would hit me with a side text and be like, hey, you got to go check. Like, I know Matt would hit me too. If I was needed, he would let me know.
I would.
Listen, we're all trying to find the guy who gets baked at night and just starts firing off text messages. Okay, to the only people who will listen to him. All right, we're all looking.
I'm definitely in the top 3 for that, where I'll start ripping off texts late at night, and I'm like thinking, I don't think anyone wants to hear this, but I'm going to let it rip anyways.
You never know; somebody might be around. I'm probably awake.
I just want an app that has all my messages in one place. I've got people messaging me on Instagram, text message, WhatsApp, email. And now TikTok, people are sending messages. And I'm like,
you got friends in Europe? What's with the WhatsApp app? WhatsApp.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the kids use it sometimes, and sometimes the swim team does it. And
yeah, I don't get it.
I don't want messages. I don't want any more messages. I'll take text messages. That's it. If you're my dietitian guy and you send me a message on your special website and I'm supposed to read it to see what to eat to lose weight because I've been paying you hundreds of dollars a year with actually no results, I'm not going to do it. Okay. Don't tell me what to do. I'll never do that. Okay. My nutritionist gave me a performance review. He said, excellent, A+. I was like, damn, thank you. Here's a check, by the way.
It's almost like he'll positively reward you if you keep paying him.
It's almost like I only want people to say nice things about me. And I surround myself with people who do that.
Oh, yeah.
Except for one. I see quite a bit.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
Jesus.
She's just not afraid to tell me like it is. Now, listen, we are talking about Otis Blue, right? Which is an Otis Redding album. Okay. Aaron, of course, loved this. Otis Redding, born in Georgia. Okay. Gets up, plays the Chitlin Circuit down south. Promoter says, hey, you got to get signed. I'm bringing you to this company called Stax. He goes in, plays 2 songs. They hear his second song is written by him and Steve Cropper, who was the guitar player in the Blues Brothers, among other more famous things, probably.
Like Booker T and the MGs?
Or the Blues Brothers, Aaron, if you've ever seen that movie, okay? It's not too long. It's great. All right?
I have seen it. It is too long.
Have you seen Booker T do the spin-a-rooney?
Cannot do this. So he goes into Stax and records a single called These Arms of Mine. They release it. It's huge. He signs to Stax and just goes on a tear, making albums.
Can I say something about this song?
Please.
I'm sorry, Rob, to even bring this up. This is the actual first dance at my wedding. This is truly the first dance at my wedding was this song.
It was a little awkward. It was me and your mom out there dancing to it, Aaron, but it was still a great moment.
You guys know what the first dance at my wedding was?
Some Elton John. We've heard it 8 times.
It was Jamaican jerk off?
I've got to know.
Jamaican jerk off.
This is the Beck Did.
It was actually the waterbed corner jingle.
Yeah.
We had a waterbed corner. I forgot.
Yeah. We haven't checked the waterbed corner for a while. We should probably.
These Arms of Mine, great song.
We should probably get back on there. Aaron, don't distract me anymore, okay? This is his 3rd album, okay? The second album of 1965 for Otis Redding. It's mostly covers, okay? He's got 3 songs that he wrote. He got 3 by Sam Cooke, who had just passed away. So Otis Redding thought it was important to record Sam Cooke songs. He recorded this whole album minus 1 song in about 24 hours at Stax in Memphis, which is crazy to think about, that all of this came out in 24 hours. He was backed, of course, by Booker T and the MGs and Isaac Hayes on guitar or on piano. This is one of his best-selling LP with 3 top 40 hits. And basically after this, he started to go out to LA and he would do rock shows at Whiskey A Go-Go and pretty much became bigger than the soul scene and kind of got famous on the rock scene as well. And honestly, he got so big that by 1967, he's closing down a night of Monterey Pop Festival. Like that's crazy to go from nobody to close that down.
Performance is a must watch. It's so good.
Let's get into the album, Otis Blue. Okay, first song written by Redding, Old Man Trouble. This was released as the B-side single on Respect.
The guitar, Steve Cropper is so good on this whole album.
Oh, from the Blues Brothers?
There's some great stories about Peter Growling's book Sweet Soul Music has some good accounts of Otis in the studio, and it was just like, it sounded like they'd be in there recording all night, and like he'd be having his shirt off, and it's 3 a.m. and he's whipping the whole band into keeping it going. Just like everything you read about him was about what a vibrant personality he was and how magnetic he was and inspired people.
Rob, I think you're forgetting about another blues brother that's on this album, and you might like him because he looks like Strange Kids on Christmas cards. It's Donald Duck Dunn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course, Donald Duck Dunn is playing bass on this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Respect. This was written by Otis Redding.
I think I learned this from, I think Aaron maybe mentioned this, or you guys mentioned this when we've done Aretha before, but until we started the podcast, I had no idea that he wrote this. I just thought it was an Aretha song.
Yeah, I mean, he said she took his song, right? He knew it. As soon as he heard hers, he was like, it's not my song anymore.
It's so interesting, though, because it's such a different song when it's a guy saying, just give me some respect. I'm going to give you my money when you come home. Don't worry. It's kind of like, it's totally different with Aretha singing it. Whole different.
He makes it sound good, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
It sounds good. The horns sound good. A change is going to come. This is a Sam Cooke song. He wrote this after getting turned away from a whites-only hotel.
So that moment's like an all-time moment, right? Is the Sam Cooke moment just as good, or is this the version I know, or do I know the Sam Cooke version too?
You probably know.
Because that's like an all-time moment.
Sam's is just as good. I mean, Sam had like a more pure, beautiful voice. It was easier. Sam's voice is easier.
I looked it up on Rolling Stone.
I prefer Otis probably if I have to choose, but
Rolling Stone magazine has Otis as the 9th greatest singer of all time. You guys want to hear the top 8 real quick? This is not a list, just a quick one.
Not a list.
Number 8
not a list.
is the number 8 above Otis Redding is Beyonce.
Oh, what?
7 is Stevie Wonder. 6 is Ray Charles.
Oh, that guy from the country album?
5 is Mariah Carey.
Oh, what a jump.
4 is Billie Holiday.
Wait, what? That's a different genre entirely.
3 is Sam Cooke.
That'd be number 2. Rob.
2 is Whitney Houston.
Shit.
And 1 is Aretha.
Aretha. All right. I mean, I can't.
What a wild list to make. No Axl Rose. Crazy.
No Freddie Mercury?
Freddie Mercury is like 12.
All right.
Here's the Sam Cooke version, by the way. We listed at the beginning. Now, Russell, Sam Cooke recorded the song in the studio. Got shot 2 weeks later, died.
Yeah.
I was born by the river.
Ooh.
And this was never released when he was alive.
I mean, what a song.
Yeah, I mean, how can you choose, right?
All timer. I mean, I like that kind of big band sound, but it's just a great song. Next up, Down in the Valley. This was written by a guy named Solomon Burke.
The king of rock and soul.
Oh, see, you got to get in there. That's like me powerlifting. It's like champion over 40 in my weight class.
Right. He was the king of rock and soul.
Yeah.
That song there, Down in the Valley, actually reminds me of a different version of Down in the Valley. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it. It was arranged by George Meade. It's a choir song. Have you guys heard this version of it?
I would love to hear it.
Wow.
Is this the only choir?
I don't know that this is the Ole Choir's version. It may be, Aaron. But when I heard this song, it made me think, you guys talk about how Aaron's this amazing musician. I've given him credit. There's some things about Aaron and I as musicians that you guys might not know that we have in common. Both of us were never in the Ole Choir, and both of us were in high school choir.
Yeah. Wow.
And I was in high school choir, and we've never talked about that before. So today we're doing a list. We're doing a list of Russ's 5 greatest high school choir songs. I'm sharing them with you guys today.
I absolutely love it.
Russell.
I forgot. I can't believe this never came up. Russell knew his choir shit.
I was a baritone, so I'm not the very deep bass in the choir, but I'm also not the tenor. So I'm in the middle of the male section. I will say this for my
I did that once my sophomore year, I just want to say.
At Rosemont High School, where I went, you were either in the Irish Bards, which was the all men's choir, or you were in the concert choir, which was the older kids. I was one of the few juniors that did not make the concert choir as a junior. So it was me and like the other ones who weren't good enough, and then like the younger kids. But it was almost more fun to be in that, right? You go in and you fuck around and you have fun. And but I was in the concert choir my senior year. So I did make it to the same level as Aaron in the best choir in the school.
You did.
But one of the songs that I always loved being in a men's chorus is I Love Sea Shanties. And one of them that we did was Eyes the Buy. This is by Great Big Sea. It's a more pop version of it, but check this out.
Eyes to buy that builds the boat, and eyes to buy the sails her, and eyes to buy that catches the fish.
I mean,
it takes it home to lies.
Kind of rock.
All around the circle.
Sarah's got a friend who loves sea shanties. Just a random gal who's a photographer friend of hers, and she's part of some Facebook group where these people get together in a park. Somebody starts a sea shanty, and Russell, it seems like it'd be right up your alley if you like sea shanties. But I'll have to let you know because Sarah will let you know because they just all get together and somebody just starts singing, and then they all just start doing the sea shanties together. So
would it be really funny if you just had a thing that you wanted to put in every sea shanty? So like Aaron started a sea shanty. I'll tell you what I'd do with this group. Okay.
Eyes the buy that builds the boats. Eyes the buy that sails her.
I look out upon the sea. I see a mermaid and I want to have sex with the mermaid. How do I do that? Should I become part fish or should we just try it out? Mermaid sex, mermaid sex, mermaid sex, mermaid sex. And like every week I just be like, listen, we're going to nail this mermaid sex sea shanty. Tell us a
Rob,
C plus shanty.
Do you have to take the tail off or do you just pull it to the cider?
Oh.
You can't, that's not, I think they have a cloaca. That's the thing. Sharks have something called claspers. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds awesome. Hey, take off those seashells. Grab me with your claspers, please.
The fact that you know that, it could just pull it up darn quick.
Next up on the list, so
you would have to do it like on an inflatable raft, right? Like you'd have to have an inflatable raft with a hole cut in it. Well, now wait a minute, that wouldn't work at all. I mean, you sink right down to the murky depths. Because how are you going to have sex with a mermaid? You've got to be above water. They've got to be below.
No, I think the mermaid can be above, right?
Can't you scuba?
You think she has a scuba mask on, Aaron, because she's above and it's full of water?
You could scuba.
The mask is full of water and the scuba tank's full of water. She's like, oh yeah, give it to my clasper so hard. Aaron, that's a brilliant idea. I was picturing a beach chair in shallow water, but
you get too much weight on those beach chairs, they get really dug into the sand. That's not the best either.
That. Yeah, I'm picturing now full beach chairs between the slats.
Oof.
All right, next song on the list. So we did, I always love the sea shanties. The other ones that were really good sometimes were the spirituals. Aaron, I know we've talked about this one before. Oh, yeah. This is the Moses Hogan Chorale. The song is Elijah Rock.
Oh, this song rocks.
Literally.
One thing I forgot to tell you guys about the first song, that Down in the Valley that we listened at the beginning. Rob, I don't know if you can click on that one quickly. You guys will appreciate this. This was the song that even in the concert choir, it would be the women would sit down. There was always a song where women would sit down, the men would just sing by themselves and vice versa. This was the one the men would always sing and the women would get like emotional over it. They would get so into it. And I was thinking about this. I told the upstairs roommate when I made her listen to all these songs on the record player through the Bluetooth today. I would said, this is the song where if I was cooler, I would have gotten laid for sure after we were singing it. Like all the women loved it, but I was not cool enough to make any advantages out of it, if that makes sense. Aaron cannot relate.
I am picturing your roommate like being forced to sit and listen to these choir songs, and you explain what the list is going to be out, and then they just go in their bathroom and they stare at the mirror for like 43 minutes. They're just kind of looking like, all right, this is what we're into, I guess. This is what we're having for the long run.
I like that you're playing choir songs to explain why you didn't get laid then, and your roommate's looking at you now like, this is why you're not going to get laid now.
Wait, what? This just got a
Or
little
maybe
too
you are.
weird.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we see what she's into, you know?
Next song on the list. This is one I've talked about with Aaron before. This is going to take a little bit of explaining. And what was that word you said earlier, Rob, we were going to come back to?
Cloaca. Claspers.
Claspers.
Resonance.
Resonance is going to come up. This is the song called Past Life Melodies. This is featuring the St. Olaf Choir I did in high school, though. Check this out. And Rob, if you after this, if you want to play the "What the fuck are you talking about?" the Aaron soundbite, you could play it.
No, this is great, Russell. This reminds me of like a video game.
So this song actually features open throat drone and chanting, and then later on there's harmonic overtone singing, which is not typically used in Western music. And so later on, when you guys hear, we'll jump ahead here, Rob, if you want, to the next clip.
I mean, when you see people do overtone singing, it's crazy.
And so maybe you, Aaron, I'll try to explain it, but if you can explain it better to me, it's a way of like using your mouth and the parts of your mouth, your tongue, your throat, and everything. And essentially, when you do it, it kind of creates two sounds, if you will. Is that somewhat correct?
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I never learned how to do it, but yeah, somehow the way they phonate and the shape of their mouth and creates a higher pitch that we can hear.
And so what it does is eventually it creates a pitch that's not almost like not real. And so if you guys listen to that next clip, Rob, play this here, you're going to hear this sound and there's like a whistling up above and it sounds like someone's blowing a whistle, but it's not. It's coming from this overtone singing. You guys hear that slight whistling way up above the choir?
Russell, are you tired tonight? After having the best sex of your life, after explaining this to your roommate? You're like, Russell, I know you got to go to the podcast, but I can't contain myself anymore.
I had to share this with you guys. This is so amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Old Choir do it at Orchestra Hall, and it's wild.
This was the one in high school. We did it at like it was like the district or the lake conference.
I remember you telling me you did this song in high school, and it blew my mind. That's
we
probably
did
why we're
it
still
in high
friends.
school at the lake conference event. So it's like Rosemont, Apple Valley, Burnsville, Lakeville, all the schools. And we went last and did that. And people did like the standing ovation, went nuts after the end of it. One of my all-time favorite choir moments. This is a great list we're working on.
All right, Russell, I can't believe you remember all the songs from your choir.
I only remembered about 7 or 8. I actually I could remember about 10 of them, and they're all on my Spotify.
Wow.
They didn't all make the list, although 2 more did, Rob. The next one is just a normal fun song. The song is Bound for Jubilee.
Oh, my brother.
Matt, normal fun song inbound here.
Or the devil might come and take you away for you get to Jubilee. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Now, are any of these, are we going to get any recordings of Russell's actual high school choir?
I don't know if I have them anymore. I don't have them in my 2 tubs that I was allowed to take with me.
Can you imagine you're that video transfer guy and you just get hours and hours of Russell singing in a choir in high school? You're like, oh, God. I'm so bored. I'm going to turn these videos over from this package I got. It says C. Barry on it. Well, I'm going to put this video in real quick. Let's see what C. Barry sent me. Hello? Video transfer guy? It's your cousin, Marvin Barry.
Marvin Barry, we got a pretty cool hit.
Yeah. You got to connect the cables if you want to see yourself shit on that person. The future you is calling with like tech support.
All right, last song on the list. This actually became like a pop hit I believe in '94. This was on Broadway. I don't know of the timing of it, but we did Les Mis. Do you hear the people sing? Check this one out.
That's why you know the words.
A great choir song, right?
Was there? Yeah. This is a real goosebumps on the arm moment for sure.
Nobody wants to work anymore during this French Revolution times. Okay? He stole bread. That's illegal. Okay? That's illegal.
Do you ever watch those on PBS when they do like the Les Mis Broadway cast and then they all stand out there at the front and do this one and the whole thing? It's awesome.
You know what my other memory of choir was I was in the men's choir once and I was like a freshman and I was sitting next to like another freshman and there was like the loser seniors behind us that like they wouldn't put in the choir they were supposed to be in because they were douchebags. and they were sitting behind us like during practice while people are singing and like flicking the backs of our necks and our ears, like tormenting us. Jeez. And I remember like turning around and like losing my shit at one point. And then the guy next to me, they started doing it to him, and he went and told. And I remember when he got done telling, he came back, and the guys behind us like gave me credit. They were like, at least that kid just stood up for himself and didn't go rat us out. So that was my other choir moment. One, I never got laid from being in the choir, which was bullshit. And then second, I never ratted anyone out when I got picked on.
Great moments.
I'm shocked that a kid who got bullied in choir didn't get laid more, Russell. That's one of my all-time surprises. If my kid came home and was like, listen, I'm in choir and I'm getting bullied, I'd like go to my mirror in my bathroom and just look at it for like a half hour. Be like, all right, I guess we got to deal with this. Listen, next up. I've been loving you too long. Okay, she wants to go to sleep, Aaron. This was written by Redding with Steve Cropper. Sounds a little bit like A Change Is Gonna Come, but
this song makes a lot of like best guitar solo songs or best guitarist. Like when Steve Cropper's on a list of best guitarists, they talk about this song.
Shake. This is a top 7 for Cook. Another one that was released posthumously for him.
Oh, man, every time.
I mean, it sounds like he's got something in his throat almost. It's like...
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. It's very unique. It's that gravelly thing. I don't know how he does it. I mean, Solomon Burke had it too, I guess, but that's the difference between he and Sam. Like him, just a few years later, he's able to kind of like be a little more rough around the edges, where Sam really, to get on the radio, Sam had to be a little more, he had to hold back a bit more. You can hear a huge difference in his live performances and his radio stuff. And by 65, Otis could be more, I mean, I guess that's the influence of Stax, but Otis could be more of himself and make big hits.
I mean, are they still trying to sound white? Is that part of it? Like Sam Cooke is still trying to sound like not too soul?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Listen, of course we know, okay? Top Macaulay Culkin movie probably of all time. Okay. One that I changed my childhood. I thought it was so funny. My Girl. Aaron, you know what I would give the movie My Girl? What grade?
A B+.
Hey, what are those Darwin Awards? That kid would have got one. Hey, why don't you go kick around the beehive, right? That's a great idea.
Can't be doing that. Okay.
Oh. This is fun because I don't think, at this point in time, I don't think Motown would have covered Stax, but Stax had to cover Motown.
It's so interesting to hear Otis Redding like cover all these songs at the time, these hit songs, and he sounds so good on every one. Like it doesn't matter.
Every note he sings is, yeah.
Wonderful World by Cook and Herb Alpert helped write the song.
Oh, for real?
Yep. Most famous by Herman's Hermits. Okay, now Herman's Hermits, of course, get the record for having the hardest band to form. Almost impossible to get those guys together. Now, Aaron, getting Herman there, not hard.
Herman's there and nobody else wants to show up.
The drummer, almost impossible.
I forgot. You said 3 Sam Cooke songs. I couldn't remember the third. I forgot Wonderful World is a Sam Cooke song.
Rock Me Baby, B.B. King song. Kind of interesting to hear him play more just straight blues.
Yeah.
Now, Aaron, this album is an all-time vibe album. You can leave this on. You can walk around. Makes it feel good no matter where it is.
I could listen to this anytime. I mean, I can listen to Otis anytime, but...
Rob, you were talking about who was copying who, or Aaron, you and Aaron were talking about who's Stax or Motown or whatever. There's another person that kind of took some inspiration from part of the musical vibe on this, and it's Beck. I didn't send you the song, Rob, but if you could pull it up quick, the song is called Sex Laws by Beck.
Oh yeah, totally.
I don't know if you guys hear it or not, but someone on the internet says when it comes to being inspired by Booker T and the MGs, who did it better?
Beck did it better. Russell, that's so good. I heard that there with the horns, 100%. Okay. To think that our podcast leads us to connect Otis Redding with a song called Sex Laws. You know what? Job well done. Okay. You all get a
Playing
patch.
chess, not checkers.
Okay. Let's put a patch on our bomber jackets that we all wear now with our different Beck Did It Better accomplishments. I served on the James Brown double album. Hey, I did my fucking time.
Thank you for your service.
It's not over for me.
Album.
It's not over for me, damn it.
Oh, no.
I come home, listen to James Brown. I'm on vacation. I got to listen to James Brown for 4 hours, then make a podcast about it. And my wife's telling me, you're not getting enough sleep. You're too tired. Where do they get off calling me those vile things? That's my Rambo.
I got it.
Beck Did Better speech.
That's pretty good.
And then they reset the list on Matt.
Oh,
They come back to reset the list, spit on me, saying I don't like flaming lips. So good. And that is only funny if you know from the text chain that I recently watched Rambo, to which Aaron said, oh, that's so sad. And I had forgotten that it's really sad. And I read his text and I was like, oh, man. I hadn't finished it. And I was like, oh, it does get sad. Shoot.
Spoiler alert.
I thought it was like Rambo 3, where it's just like, I hope these Afghan Mujahideen fighters get everything they need and more in the terms of weapons that we are sending them. Nothing will possibly go wrong with this in the long term.
I was looking in Booze and Vinyl, the 3 Booze and Vinyl books I have. There was not an Otis Redding in either of the books, which was really disappointing. But I decided to make a blue drink anyways for Otis Redding Blue. If you guys can see how blue that drink is there.
That's very
Russell,
blue, yeah.
Now, those of you at home, I'm just going to say this. This might be the most blue drink I've ever seen in my entire life. He is not messing around. This is like, if you went to the Caribbean and looked at the ocean, you would see this blue. It's
Extremely
incredible.
blue.
Either that or like a pool with some chlorine in it, right?
Well, I wasn't going to say that,
Well,
Russell.
that's an option.
It's not as appetizing as the Caribbean.
So you guys were talking about mermaids earlier. The upstairs roommate
Aaron.
actually found me a drink called...
Hey, Russell,
The
can I just say
Mermaid
this?
Mule.
Can I say this
Yeah.
about mermaids real quick?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I almost said something, but I didn't, but now I am.
Yeah.
If I got a mermaid and she was wearing a bra, I would be like, why? Why are we doing that? No other animal is
Like a
wearing underwear.
seashell thing?
Yeah. I mean, a bra, they're just swimming around in the water. It doesn't make any sense. I'd get the one mermaid who's like, oh, you know what I love from the surface? Bras. I'd be like, no, everybody here hates those. You can't, nobody likes bras.
You're like trying to take that off, Rob, and make the clip work when it's all wet. That'd be a nightmare.
We're at the beach. I've got her favorite fish flakes. I've got like one of those fish flake things. I'm just dumping it in her mouth.
What?
I'm like, hey, this is good. Oh my God, I fed her too much. Oh my God. She's just floating out in the bay now. Russell, tell us about the blue. What is it?
The mermaid mule.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Russell, this makes me want to get out my deck chair.
2 shots of vodka. A shot of blue curacao.
Oh. Can I just say that if the idea that Russell's in a long-term relationship is why he has blue curacao? Like, to me, that's so connected in my head. Because normally he'd be like, I got blue Gatorade. Put that in.
An ounce of lime juice.
Wow.
And then top it off with ginger beer.
Russell.
That's the
A
drink.
mule.
And then there's also a lime wheel, but I don't like wheels. I've now figured out how to do the twist.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can
Wow.
see like the curly
Yeah.
cue. So I'm
It's a nice
a
twist.
lime twist guy now. So I did not do the wheel. I do the
Nice
twist.
Come on, baby. Do the lime twist. I love a twist on there, Russell. It's so fun. Next up, we've got Satisfaction.
I love how fast he plays this. And then at Whiskey A Go-Go, it's even faster.
Here's the crazy part. This comes out in 65. Guess what year the Stones released Satisfaction?
66.
What? They did it first. It's their song. They did it in 1965 prior. He literally turned around the same year. Was like, hey, that song, guess what? That song fucking rips. I'm going to put it on my album and cover it. And you know what, guys? That song does fucking rip. So I'm going to go in a chronological order of the best covers of Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones ever.
Wow.
Okay?
Is this the Tim Hardaway Jr. episode again or not?
Did it better.
What was that joke again? I can't remember.
Well, it was I made it a Tim Hardaway joke, but it probably should have been a James Harden joke.
Oh, yeah, because we were talking about Tim Harden.
We kind of mixed them all together.
It's going to sound like a mess when you listen back.
Boy, I cannot remember anything from last night, guys. Sorry about that.
Last week.
Last week, yes. We would never record 2 nights in a row. Well, we're so busy. Here's the thing.
Hey, Rob, if you remember, this episode 2 is like one of those Coke machines. I don't give a shit.
Oh, now you're really making callbacks.
If Russell saw Yo-Yo Ma, or Russell, not Yo-Yo Ma, if Russell saw Bobby McFerrin add the freestyle Coke machine, his life would like combine.
I'd start singing, I's the boy that builds the boat, and I's the boy that sails her. I's the boy that catches a fish and takes her home to Liza.
And we did the mermaid, and we'd ask her favorite restaurant. We'd get in here for some fish flakes, and then I'd put my patio chair down, and I'd lie down and make her swim up under me. I think that's the best way to do it. Anyway, the first cover that I want to show you guys of Satisfaction is the Shirelles from 1967.
Oh, this has got to be good.
Cool. Very much in the style of Otis.
I'm putting these covers into 2 distinct categories. One is super fun, and the other is super weird. There is no other kind of Satisfaction cover. You're either super fun or super weird. Okay? 68, Aretha Franklin, super fun. I mean, guys,
Aretha almost shouldn't be allowed to cover this stuff. She just steals people's songs and like makes them a bit like, how do you even come back from it, right?
Right.
It's so good.
Oh, so good.
Can't beat that.
Now, I count this as good too. Jose Feliciano, 1970. Guys, if you don't have a Latin-inspired music station on Pandora, what are you doing?
That's tricky.
This makes me sad though, because also a guy in Brazil is also like, I can't get no satisfaction. I'm in Brazil. You can see exactly how big my penis is according to my swimsuit.
Okay, I'm liking it.
77. We're going to jump forward 7 years. We are now getting into the weird category. Probably the all-time weird cover, Devo. Oh, so good. I love this. 78, year later, little band you might have heard of. Okay, one we can't stop talking about, Television. Okay, live.
This one's good. It's almost too close to the original though, right?
Yeah, so close, and then the vocals just aren't there, right?
4 years later. Okay, guys, we haven't done a lot of jam bands. Okay, got a little Grateful Dead. We mentioned her last night, 1994. Who comes out with one?
Last week.
Cat Powers.
Last week.
Cat Power.
Last week.
She only has one power, though, not multiple powers.
Heart. It. I'm Heart? Russell, do you watch Captain Planet yet?
Can't do without you.
She was hanging out with a buddy, and they had a cat diesel power. It was on a cat tractor or whatever, and that's how she got her name. Cat Power.
However, the all-time weirdest cover of this. Okay, maybe you know Bjork. Maybe you know PJ Harvey. Bjork and PJ Harvey, 94.
Bjork and PJ Harvey.
The biggest disappointment on this one is Rob has it written as Beck.
What?
No,
it's the next one.
Oh, sorry, I'm a dumb shit.
Okay, well, I guess finally.
This is absolutely mesmerizing.
There's one other artist, Russell, who covered this song. The latest one I have, 2019.
Whoa.
Okay, it's a little guy named Beck with Cage the Elephant. Russell, those are, in my opinions, the greatest. So, Russell, if we were going to make a cover of a Rolling Stone song and we wanted to be chronologically the last one that I put on the list, who would do that better?
Beck did it better.
Oh my God, that was so good. Russell, that was a great list and definitely worth our time.
Fills the boat and Beck's the boy that sails her. Beck's the boy that catches the fish and takes her home to Liza.
By the way, the idea of Mick Jagger saying that he didn't get no satisfaction, it's like, what hope is there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mick Jagger was so hot, he could fuck David Bowie if he wanted to. Like, that's hot. Do you know what David Bowie would say to me if I asked to bed him down?
What's that?
I don't know, actually. Probably nothing. He's dead, but he would not be. I don't think he would be down with having sex with me.
Did Otis write that one? I missed.
No, that was William Bell.
Oh, I like William Bell.
Guys, let's get into the rating system.
Put that woman first, and every day would be a holiday.
What are you talking about, Aaron?
I'm naming William Bell songs.
Oh.
I was going to say, Rob, that Pearl Jam has performed Satisfaction 12 times in concert. Most recently, September 18th of 2023, down in Austin.
Hey, this is 177 on the list. All right. Is that divisible by 17? Nobody knows. All right. I'm not here to do math. I'm here to talk about what it would be like to have sex with a mermaid.
One of the mysteries of the world.
I mean, guys, honestly, though, a mermaid.
Carry the one, drop it down, right?
The only problem is, you know, my thought on having sex in water. Hard to do.
Wait, we know it's not divisible by 17, right?
Oh, Aaron, I don't have time for this. Okay.
170 is, right?
If you're having,
right? I mean, it's not that hard.
if you're having sex in water, it's cardboard on cardboard. Having sex in water is one of the things that you think. Is there anything else from your childhood that's more disappointing than the first time you have sex with the water? Because you're in your head, you're like, you're gonna be floating around, right? We're gonna be like
maybe being a podcast host.
I did want to do this when I was a kid, Russell. Okay, it's exactly what I pictured. Okay.
Even better.
Yeah, this is way better. Okay, our downloads are mostly staying steady. Okay, success. Great. Aaron, what was something you wanted to do as a kid that disappointed you as an adult? I mean, beside like everything, beside this whole like thing.
I think that concept of like, oh, you can eat dessert anytime you want. You know, it's like, oh, you can eat dessert anytime you want, and then like, I don't know, it doesn't sound as exciting as you thought it might have been.
Desserts take like Ash now because all we did over break is just eat desserts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a real one, and Matt can maybe relate to this. I was going to bring this up earlier. It's driving for me. I cannot stand driving in bad weather anymore. I get nervous. I hate doing it. It's never really bothered me up until like the last year or two. Now I go out, if the roads are a little bit slick, I cannot stand it. I hate driving. I've reached the point where I don't like driving anymore. If the roads are bad, I just can't do it anymore. Matt, you had to get through some roads tonight. I was like, Matt, you strike me as the guy who could just, it doesn't bother you. You just keep going. Does it ever get to you or not?
Not really. And what gets to me is if I'm not driving, maybe that's the best. I can't, riding.
Oh, I'm a horrible rider.
In bad weather, I would much rather have my own life in my own hands, I guess is the best way to say it. But no, I'm fine. You just slow down, add 10 minutes to your trip and
I'm good. I'm good slowing down and everything. That it doesn't bother me. I just, for some reason, I've got like an anxiety about driving in the winter now. It's really bad.
Well, COVID kind of helped that. Like you don't really ever have to be anywhere anymore, right? I mean,
no,
you can do whatever you need to.
Right.
So as long as you got enough toilet paper and a couple of packs of ramen, you're okay.
My wife's lawyer does not agree with you. I'm just going to say that right now. Okay. He's a stickler for times. Listen. Okay. Russell, the correct answer is sex in the water. Okay. I say sex in the water. Russell says driving. Okay. Perfect. What a perfect end to the podcast. Listen. Okay.
Especially when there's like a mermaid in the backseat, it gets really wild. Mermaid?
Hey, you want to hop in the back seat? Okay, we can see what those graspers can do.
Throw that flipper over the seat there and let's go.
How can I sit? I mean, how would a mermaid even sit? Doesn't have a butt. Now, wait a minute. Guys, I just thought of something. Mermaids don't have a butt. Oh, that's going to take away a lot of my dirty talk that I do.
If a mermaid were going to go on the Flavor Flav show and do something really nasty, how would they do it?
Just a little, you'd pick it up and just a little would come out, like a little sand. Ugh, gross. All right. Listen, it's that black stuff in the shrimp that Aaron's
I'm
been
sorry.
eating.
This is the Otis Redding episode. This is not good.
It's the black stuff in the shrimp.
I would say, though, here's my top 3 cryptids I'd have sex with. Okay. Number 1, mermaids. Okay. Number 2, Sasquatch. Why not? Right?
I bet he can scoop some ice cream. That guy can scoop some ice cream.
Oh my God. A female Sasquatch would be so strong. And we'd be outside. Okay. Oh, it'd be great. And I would say then after that, number 300, the skunk ape, which is what they call Sasquatches down in Florida.
What
I can tell you what.
are you talking
A
about?
lot of my friends dated Sasquatches
What
in
is
high school.
going
I was
on?
stuck with a skunk ape. Look it up. A skunk ape is what they call it in Florida. One of the greatest names.
That's as though that's the part I'm confused on.
What?
the skunk ape?
Bro,
The skunk ape is not what confused
bro,
me.
if you
It's
can't
what
handle
was
me at
going
my
on
skunk
right
ape,
now.
if you can't handle me at my skunk ape, you don't deserve me at my Bigfoot.
What are we doing?
This is at least the top 3 list of the day.
What cryptid would
Yeah.
What cryptid would you want to have sex with, Aaron?
What is a
What is a
cryptid?
cryptid?
Guys,
We don't
cryptids
even know
are
what you're talking
imaginary
about.
animals.
What are you saying? Spell it out for us. How do you?
Cryptid? CRY. TRID or something. Cryptid.
Cryptid.
Yeah, the big. Okay, I'm going to give you a list of it.
I'm going to
cryptids.
take. Can I take like the Cerberus, the 3-headed like dogs
No,
that
that's
guards
not
the
a
gate to hell?
cryptid. That's myth. You think is this
No,
a joke
it's
to you,
a
Russell?
made-up- it's
You
a
think me
made-up
having
animal.
sex with a skunk ape is a joke to you? Okay, the skunk ape came over, forgot something under my coffee table.
What is this shit?
List of
What's a
cryptids.
cryptid?
Here we go. Okay, we've got
Champ.
Champ from Lake Champlain. Okay, it looks a
What
lot
is
like
this?
Loch Ness Monster is a cryptid, for example. Bigfoot is a cryptid. Okay. Let's look at other cryptids.
So these are animals that could be real, but
The Dover
there's
demon.
There's no.
Guys,
there's
the
no
Dover
skunk
demon.
in that list.
like a jackalope.
A jackalope is a cryptid.
These
yes.
are all aliens now. You're out of cryptids.
I gotta say, that's a great idea, Matt. An alien, take me to your peener. All right, that's a good enough one to get out of this on. This is 177. Sam Cooke has a lot of songs on this, but this is Otis Redding. Okay,
Oh, there you go.
and that is the album we listened to, guys. A seminal classic. Okay, does it deserve to be at 177? Okay, we heard so many other versions of Satisfaction. Maybe we thought some other albums should be up there. If you think that this is not, Aaron, and don't listen to me say this, Aaron. If you think this is too high on the list and you think it got up too high, that's a rolling groan. Okay. If you think this album is too low on the list, okay, it should have been higher up, which of course is a higher number. Okay. It's higher up, higher number if you're going down. All right. That is a rolling bone. It should have been higher on the list. We should have done it already. Okay, because of course we are coming down. We've been at the mountaintop. We're coming back down now. And you know what I found when I was up there? The abominable snowman. And you'll never guess what we did.
had sex.
What he did was truly abominable. Okay, it was against the laws of man and nature. But yeah, it was sex. Now here's the deal. Okay,
Is that like is a dire wolf one?
a dire wolf. I think that's a Led Zeppelin song.
Oh.
Chupacabra.
They're in Game of Thrones.
Chupacabra, low on my
Chupacabra.
list. Not having sex with a chupacabra. Or is this rolling well toned? It belongs perfectly at 177. Okay. Aaron, what do you think? Rolling well toned, rolling boned, or rolling grown?
I think you know what I'm going to say. I think this is a better album than the one we heard last week, and they're very similar, I think, in tone and in composition. I don't know how you can choose from a few of Otis's albums. I think Doctor the Bay is just as good as this one. I guess some of the ones that precede this are more sort of singles compilations. Anyway, Otis is important. One of the great voices of all time. He needs to be on here, whichever album it is, and I think it could be a little bit higher, so I'm going to say rolling boned.
Matt, what do you think? Rolling well toned, rolling boned, or rolling grown?
I was going to say the rolling well toned right here, but I think Rosie brings a good point. One of the seminal singers of all time, and probably should be a lot higher on the list. So I will also go with rolling boned. Should be higher on the list, which means a lower number.
Now, Russell, take a break from looking up sexy cryptids in quotation marks, because you know that it will mix them together and not Sexy cryptids minus chupacabra. That's what I would put into Google because you don't need that one. Russell, what do you think? Oh, the screen just went black.
What about a hydra?
No, that's a mythological
Pegasus?
It did have a lot of heads. No, we're not having sex with Pegasus, Russell. That's wrong to even say. No, that's wrong to even say. And it's not a cryptid. That's a mythological creature.
I don't think I saw a mermaid on the list of cryptids.
I never saw it. Yeah.
You guys do not watch enough History Channel. All this shit is on the History Channel all the time. Okay, if you're into having sex with cryptids, the History Channel is the place to you. Okay, it's just like me when I used to jack off to people flipping houses. They're using the cheapest pine.
What the hell?
That flooring is not that greatly installed. I mean, you want to talk about a load-bearing wall.
You didn't fill the nail holes.
Matt, did you just do a... Oh, my God. I never thought I would hear Matt do that sound.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
I'm not rooming with Matt in Vegas after hearing that.
Hey, you know what? We came to Boston. We bought this house, flipped. Okay, my husband, he's one of these Sasquatches. He fell right through the floor. Okay?
What's going on?
Bathroom's broken. It smells so bad. People think he's a skunk ape. My husband, a skunk ape. I don't think so. All right.
If your husband has to borrow socks from his female friend, he might be a skunk ape.
You know my theory about how everything, if it jacked you off, would be better, you know, and you'd pay more money for it? I think about that. I bet I think about that every day. Like I'll sit in a chair and I'll be like, what if? You know what I mean? Like on the subway, I'm like, it's pretty boring, but what if? I'm just going to say this. What if that, but it's Harry and the Hendersons? But there's like a subplot where there's like, I've always wanted to have sex with a cryptid after I talked about it with the guys.
Okay, and then so Harry is a cryptid. Okay.
I think that's a movie character, not a cryptid.
Well, he represents the cryptids.
I think that's a mythological creature.
I'm still not sure a mermaid is a cryptid.
I have not seen any proof of that. I'm with you, Eric.
We have a picture of the Loch Ness Monster. He's blowing a guy on a beach chair. Remember that picture like of the New Jersey governor where he's on the beach all by himself? That's me, except it's the Loch Ness Monster blowing me. All right, listen.
And he's standing next to Medusa, another cryptid.
No, Medusa's not a fucking cryptid. Well, she'd be solo on the list, Russell.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can't think of any other cryptids either. Okay, Russell. Okay. What do you think? Rolling well. Did I do everybody? Russell,
I think
it's Russell's turn.
Rolling well toned, rolling bone, or rolling going, Russell. Stop trying to distract us.
This is a very interesting one to me. I think it's one of the most interesting ones we've done so far because I think almost every artist, if we listened to and they did all covers like this, we would shit on it. We would say this shouldn't be this high on the list. It's really like a collection or a compilation or that type of thing. But God dang, Otis Redding is so good, and he's singing in ways that it feels like nothing else we've heard before, other than maybe Aretha. I would say at this point, like his voice. What else have we listened to that even rivals what we're hearing? What was the third song, the Sam Cooke cover?
Change is going to come.
Change is going to come. Like, what else have we heard from a singer that's even come close to rivaling this? There's maybe a handful of them, right? That's it.
Did you hear that Even Flow song by Pearl Jam?
For me, he's such an amazing singer. He brings out an emotion that to me is just unrivaled. So I think he gets a pass. From my perspective, I think it's Rolling Bone. It should probably be way higher on the list. I don't like that it's all cover. I think if it weren't covers, it would be like number 1 on the list or maybe number 2. It'd be a top 5 album if they were all his songs, right?
Wow. I mean, yeah, I've never thought of it that way.
Russell,
so I think, yeah.
Number 1 cryptid is the Mothman.
My list shows number 2 is the Argus.
No, that's the... Isn't that the ship where they built it again and it's not the same ship anymore? Yeti. I didn't even say Yeti.
Yeti says Rolling Bone. Should be way higher on the list. This is too good. He's too amazing of a talent. How do you guys want to run that album back? I sure as hell do.
Yeah,
so
I do all the time. I did it.
Yeah, Rolling Bone has got to be way higher on the list.
Unfortunately, you guys are incorrect.
Yet.
Okay. This gets a rolling. I was born.
Oh,
nice.
I
Okay.
can hear that anytime.
Guys, without this album, without this music, like you can't even imagine a world where this gap is. You heard where everybody took it and ran with it. But
Yeah.
Otis Redding, when he sings these songs, they're so good. And you could just feel like this is a flame that burns so bright for so short. I mean, what a story. It's just incredible. Next up, one of the few men. Guys, do you want me to just play one note and see if you recognize this song?
Let's hear it.
See if you can
Rob.
recognize this album. Don't look at my screen.
Rob, no, Rob.
What?
I can name that song in 4 notes.
Okay, what do you think, Aaron?
Anyone want to beat me and name that tune?
I'll go with 2.
3 notes.
I'll go with 2.
Oh,
Matt's going
Matt's
2.
Okay, here we go.
Matt,
Ready?
Name that tune.
Oh. That was
Next up, we've got the only guy who can rhyme DKNY with NY, and it doesn't even care. Hey, you don't care. You'd have sex with this guy who reminds you of a mattress that smells like pickle juice. We've got Biggie Smalls, Life After Death.
When you
That's
want
Cargo, my Cargo.
albums of all time.
I never understood what NY and DKNY that rhyme. Made no sense to me.
If you want to hear from guys who chat and then they get off track, I've got the perfect podcast for you, Jack.
Beck did it better.
Hard to think we're all the way up to 177, and this is we've already done the Having Sex with Cryptids episode.
Well, Rob, I mean, the cryptid you really ought to check out is this Cretan bull. In Greek mythology, the Cretan bull was the bull that Phasmathes fell in love with, giving birth to another cryptid, the Minotaur.
Oh my God.
It's time to say goodbye.
Russell, I've heard about, you were talking about overtone singing.
Oh, sorry.
When don't ever apologize for that, Russell. Ever. Okay. You know what, Russell? You're in choir. Okay. Someday you're going to be in the best choir. Okay. And then someday you're going to take that knowledge and go on a podcast, and about 50 people are going to hear what you have to say about your choir. It's all going to be worth it. All that time.
And after this episode, it'll probably drop to about 30 people.
No, we got a lot of choir heads. You know, there's a lot of people who are like, fuck yeah, thinking
They're
about
out
choir.
there.
The best choir. There's a lot of members in that choir. The best choir.
I'll tell you what, guys. Russell, he was talking about overtone singing. But
Yeah.
when I'm on a date at the beach with my mermaid girlfriend, you would get underbone scenery.
Underbone scenery?
I wrote that down. Google has that information now. Like whoever's tracking that is like, I don't know what this means.
Rob, just in case you want a heads up, Google also tracks Greek animals. You should check it out.
This guy wrote down underbone scenery and then Googled cryptids, sexy cryptids, please. How to delete internet history.
Sexy cryptids, my friend is asking.